But to be really honest, and this is gonna sound really harsh, but I am not responsible for your triggers. Welcome to It's a Witchy Life Podcast, where we explore the world of witchcraft and tarot to elevate your practice and live your best witchy life. So there was a video that came out that stirred up a lot of feelings, and I wanted to share my own thoughts. I have them written out, so if you see me looking off camera, that's why. But I wanted to share my own thoughts, experiences, perhaps a little bit of tempering as well. Mixtress Ray here on YouTube posted a video where she talked about her struggles with the temptation, especially when it comes to tarot deck buying, which was caused by all of these tarot deck videos within the TarotTube community. And she was very vulnerable, and she shared some very personal facts, and then she proceeded to talk about her experiences both as a TarotTube creator and a TarotTube viewer or consumer. And a lot of things that she said had sort of hit people the wrong way. And I kind of want to get into that. I personally believe that anyone is allowed to share their thoughts and experiences on their own channel, right? I mean, as long as it's not hateful and hurtful, you can say, I think you can say whatever you want. I personally pride myself on being very opinionated on my channel. That being said, and this is filmed the next day when I saw on Instagram that the one of the deck creators that Mixtress Ray mentioned in her video actually was receiving harmful, hurtful comments because of what she had said in her video, and what she had said in the video about this deck creator apparently are all lies. Of course, it's like a she said, so we don't know the exact details, we don't know who to believe, but I just wanted to have put this in here that yes, indeed, there were harmful repercussions, I guess, harmful things said after this video went out. I just wanted to have included that into this video. I still believe that all my points in the rest of the episode are still valid and I still stand by them, but this was a little piece of information that I did not have and that I wanted to share with you. And that also comes with other people having their opinions and that might differ from mine, that share their thoughts in my comment section. And if you have differing opinions on this video, again, share them in the comment section, because I think that that is great. And I don't think that anyone who disagrees with me is instantly a hater. I don't think that anyone, I also don't think that anyone who doesn't stick up for me or who tries to translate the words that I chose to say, keep in the video and then upload on the internet is a hater. So before I go into my thoughts and conclusions and how I will be moving forward as a TarotTube creator doing tarot deck reviews, I want to talk about another side of YouTube that I see a lot of similarities with when it comes to the TarotTube community, and that is the beauty community. So some of you might know that previously I did have another channel. It is still up. It is actually, you can find it on my channel under channels. It's called Ruby Maria, and it was a bunch of things. It started off like with productivity, planning, minimalism. Then I transferred into vegan food and I did a lot of that. Then I transferred into vegan makeup. So I consumed a lot of beauty makeup content. And when it started off, like the beauty community and beauty makeup videos, I don't necessarily want to say that it's been it's been around for a longer time than necessarily TarotTube or TarotTube. But I think that it has evolved, I guess, and it has grown a lot earlier than the TarotTube community. So at the start, it started off with people having these affiliate links where if you click on a link in their description to purchase a product, then the creator whose affiliate link it is, they actually get a small commission from that purchase. And in the beginning, it was very it was very common for people to not disclose that they were affiliate links. And right now, I believe that there are actual laws in place that prevent creators from doing that. They have to legally disclose that they are affiliate links. I personally do this as well in my description box. But that is sort of how it started off. And then there also were a lot of makeup reviews that were very biased because people really wanted to be positive. And people didn't really like the negativity that came with a negative product review. And then also when the makeup community grew, there were more makeup companies that would send free products to bigger YouTubers, to bigger beauty creators, I guess. And that also made it so that there were a lot of biased reviews. Sometimes people wouldn't even disclose that they had got a product gifted, or they would put out a very positive review because they got the product gifted and they didn't want to feel bad about getting it for free, and then sort of disappointing the company that sent the product for free. So there was a whole lot of things about that, right? And then there came new creators into the space who seemed more trustworthy, and that created sort of a whole shift of review content where everything had honest review in the title. And then there was also a whole dilemma of these creators who on one hand wanted to get free makeup because makeup can get extremely expensive. Also, when you get PR, you're on a PR list from this makeup company, you get this stuff not only for free, but you also get it pre-released so you can try it out, do a review, and that brings in a lot of viewers. But on the other hand, they also wanted to do unbiased reviews. And with unbiased, I mean that they were not skewed towards a certain company, if that makes sense. So there was that whole dilemma as well, where they wanted to keep their integrity, but also wanted to be attractive for makeup companies to send them free PR. And then all throughout it, there was a lot of drama in the makeup community. I have lived through all of it. But yeah, so there are, as you can sort of, as I'm telling this timeline, you can probably see that there are both a lot of differences and similarities between the beauty community and the tarot community on YouTube. So like I said, the beauty community is probably way older. So some rules had already been in place for affiliate disclosure by the time TarotTube got bigger. And I think right now we are at a place where we are taking a look at the integrity of creators and the tarot deck reviews that they do. So when it comes to that, the integrity, it's like, is a deck that you are doing a review on, is it gifted? Whether it is by a viewer or by the deck creator, or did you purchase it with your own money? There's a bias there. Do you want to just spread positivity and talk all nice and lightly, or don't you mind to keep it real? In the beauty community, when someone thinks a foundation or a makeup product is shit, they don't say, oh, well, I mean, it may work for some people, and I still think the company is really great. But it takes away from the review, if that makes sense. And I think that is what we have been seeing, or what I have been seeing in the tarot community, where people would say like, okay, so I don't like this deck, whether it is like an anti-haul or talking about deck releases, or doing a deck review. I see this especially with indie decks and indie deck creators, but it's all around, where I feel like many many TarotTube creators, so many deck reviewers, are having a hard time keeping it real and saying what they truly feel. But they also don't want to be negative and they don't want to offend the deck creator. And I'm on the side where I feel like we should get away from that. Because, and I'm going to talk about this a little later, I make videos for those wanting a review of a deck, right? I don't make a review for the company that gave me a deck for free. Like right here, I have the Millennial Tarot. I have been doing some readings with it so I can collect my thoughts on a review. I am not making the review for the people who sent me this for free, because I did get it for free. I am making a review for the people who are looking to buy this deck. So that is just a little side note there. But to circle back to Mixers Ray's video, there are some thoughts and conclusions that I have, and I definitely have my Discord community to thank for that, because they had thoughts and arguments on points that I completely missed. I'm still in my burnout brain. I'm feeling better, but I'm still not functioning well. So they came across points that I totally missed when watching the videos. But the first point that I want to make is on privilege. And everybody has different privileges. So to compare myself to Mistress Ray, she has a privilege of living in the US. I'm pretty sure she lives in the US. If not, correct me. But she lives in the US, so she has access to like all of these sales, right? US Games does big sales. Llewellyn has big sales. Hay House has big sales. I don't get any of that. I have never been able to get a Llewellyn deck for cheaper than, I don't know, 27, 28 euros. Because that is just, we don't get it. We don't get all these sales. And then another thing that comes with living in the Netherlands where I do, or being in the US, they're shipping with indie decks. When I buy an indie deck, I often have to pay 20 to 30 euros of shipping to the Netherlands. And then also I have to pay customs at the border when it arrives. Like even the deck that I got for free from Millennial Tarot, which I am grateful for, I still had to pay customs. Not their fault. It's the EU's fault for us having to pay these fucking customs. And you don't get that in the US. When you get a deck for free or you purchase an indie deck that is usually shipped from within the US. Anyway, a privilege that I have over her is income. My income is more than her income. Not by a lot, but I do have more income, meaning that I have more to spend on tarot decks. She has a privilege over me that she has a mortgage. I rent. All my renting money goes out the window. It goes nowhere. And her money goes to her mortgage. So that is another privilege that she has over me. And then I don't know which one, like who wins this one. It's a weird. I don't mean this to be a contest or anything. But just to talk about privileges in general. Tarot deck taste. Like some people have a very, very broad tarot deck taste, which maybe isn't like a privilege, but more like where I have maybe a little bit more of an unfair advantage, where I don't have a very broad tarot deck taste. So a lot of tarot decks don't attract me like at all. Give me a second, I had to check on my puppy because I hear her chewing. She was chewing on her harness, but I had to keep it on because after filming this, I'm walking her again. So that is the little part of privilege. Then number 2, the question that arose sort of for me was, should we as tarot tubers or tarot tube creators be mindful of those who have less to spend on tarot decks? And like I already said, I do tarot deck reviews for those who are potentially interested in a deck and then want to watch a review to decide whether or not to get it. And will there be people that come across my review only to get tempted to buy the deck and then find out that they can't afford it? Yeah, probably. But to be really honest, and this is gonna sound really harsh, but I am not responsible for your triggers. When I had my other channel, and I also talked a little bit about drama and media, I had to do trigger warnings like eating disorders, religious trauma, animal abuse, and those topics warrant a trigger warning. And yeah, I do feel responsible if I don't give those trigger warnings, but then talk about triggering topics, but I don't think that it extends to every possible trigger out there. If you have a shopping addiction, or if you currently are not able to afford tarot decks, but you are easily tempted by tarot deck reviews, don't watch them. honestly. And I make videos for a specific audience. Everyone is welcome here, of course, but I'm not responsible for someone making a poor purchasing decision because they watched my review of a tarot deck that they can't afford. Tarot decks are luxury items, and not everyone can afford luxury items. There's a whole discussion to be had, honestly, about income equality, and the socialist in me finds it insane that there are people living like on or under minimum wage, but that's not a discussion I think we need to have right now. And then the third thing that I wanted to talk about was, or the question I guess that sort of came up for me was, does someone expressing their honestly harmless opinion in a YouTube video warrant hate and nasty comments? And no, of course it doesn't. Are people allowed to disagree with said opinion and leave their thoughts in the comments? Yes, and I think that that is great, and they are not haters. I once did a video on my other channel on Nikki Philippi and a very bad situation with her dog, and I had her fans ridicule me in the comments, saying that my eyeshadow made me look like a whore, that I was a dumb bitch, and those are haters. And I don't make videos for people who love me. I make videos for a certain group of people, those who are looking to expand their tarot deck collection and elevate their tarot practice. Sometimes that brings in people who couldn't care less about me and are just here for a review, and that's totally fine. Creating content is not personal. Even me sharing my opinions or when I did my political tarot readings, that's not personal. So final thoughts of what you can expect in my reviews from now on. My honest thoughts. I'll tell you if I had a deck gifted by a viewer or a deck creator. I will not name prices because I think it's kind of useless. I live in the Netherlands, so Dutch Amazon prices, where I get many of my decks, are very different from UK Amazon prices or US Amazon prices or Canadian Amazon prices or even from the publisher's website. And then there's a whole thing about different currencies that all just, it doesn't make sense. I feel like it's useless to name a tarot deck price, right? And then also shipping, customs. No. I've been enjoying doing the deck reviews as I have been doing them, and I plan on going on like I was doing them. So for now, I want to say thank you for listening to It's a Witchy Life podcast. I still have to get used to the name. This was episode number 2. Let me know your thoughts in the comment below. And for now, I have to ask you if you want to help me make better purchasing decisions by weighing in on my recent Help Me Say Yes to the Deck. It's on the screen right now. Thank you so much for listening. I really enjoyed talking about this. And yeah, I hope to see you next time. Bye.